So, school is a pipeline to prison. More resources rhetoric coming right up. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Common Sense Logic Reason. And as always, I want to say thank y'all for joining me today. So, school being a pipeline to prison is an oldie but goodie. You know, I haven't heard this one in a while, but from time to time you will run into the same racist rhetoric because they keep using the same rhetoric over and over again. Now, this is a classic example of blame shifting. This is something that's common with the left, especially black folk. They will blame shift like there's no tomorrow. You know, if you have an issue, it's a problem with the black community, and the cause of the problem of the black community, they don't like that cause because they can't cry victimhood. They can't blame the white man, so they figure out some type of way to blame the white man for it. Some type of way to link the white man to that problem in the black community, even if it's damn near ridiculous. You know, you have to be Merlin magician or Harry Potter to make those links, but they will do it because they got to blame the white man. Now, perfect example would be, you know, black on black murder. We don't say, okay, well, it's us killing ourselves. No, well, this is what black conservatives will say now, but the leftists, the black leftists will say, they will sit here and try to figure out some type of way to say that the black on black murder in the black community is a result of the white man, something the white man did. Again, it's just blame shifting. Now, is it the white man that's responsible for, or really is school a pipeline of prison? No, that's ridiculous. You know, I was always told for the most of my life that education was a pathway to prosperity, right? And we have evidence to back that up. You know, people who go to college are more likely to make more money on average than a person that doesn't go to college. So in that regard, education is a pathway to prosperity. But to say that it's a pipeline to prison is just ridiculous on so many levels. First of all, if education was a pipeline to prison, then if we were to look in our prison system today, it should be filled with the most educated people. At least you would think. You know, if we do our research, we should have prisons filled with people with bachelor's degrees and PhDs. If prison is a prosperity, I mean, if school is a pathway to prison, so that's ridiculous. So supposedly, this is only a black thing, only affects black people, not all black people, just foundational black people. You know, you can have white kids, black kids from other countries, brown kids, green kids, yellow kids, purple kids sitting in the exact same schools as these foundational black kids, but somehow it's a pathway to prosperity for them, all of those people, but it's a pathway to prison of black people. Now, how is this magical thing happening where it causes foundational black kids to go to jail but everybody else prosper? That's insanity. That's complete outright nonsense. But this is the BS that they try to pull. Again, what is the problem though with the pathway to prison is school? Since school is not the pathway to prison, then what is? Broken homes, single parent households, the lack of fathers. And we have mountains of evidence to back this up. All the evidence show that children who grew up in single parent households without fathers much more likely to commit crimes, much more likely to have behavior problems in schools. As a result of those behavior problems, much more likely to be suspended and expelled from school, regardless if they're around other black people or around white folks. It doesn't matter. If you have a kid who grows up without a father and have those anger problems, they're going to be a problem wherever they go. Okay, and this is why I saw a report, a video, and I did a little research on this, that of teachers who teach in inner city schools and their complaints. I've not seen one complaint of a teacher quitting from teaching in inner city school because of the lack of funding. The number one complaint that you often see people stop teaching in inner city schools is because of these badass kids. You know, these single mothers raising these badass kids, and then sending them to school. They become the school's problem. The teachers have to deal with them. The teachers have to be the teachers. They have to be disciplinarians. They have to be counselors. They have to do all this stuff while at the same time trying to teach a class. And these teachers claim that they don't feel safe. I mean, they're fighting each other, cutting up in the class. We want to sit at the back of the class because that's cool now, like the back of the bus. And a lot of these teachers don't feel safe because these kids, I mean, these kids, they'll just flat out fight the teacher. And then the parents or the mothers will come to school and want to fight the teacher because their kid was fighting the teacher. It's just ridiculous. And these teachers will cite fear for their lives and in danger because the school system don't back them up. They want to keep the kids in there because they make the money off having the kids there. So teachers don't quit teaching in inner city schools because of lack of funding. It's because these badass kids. And again, this mentality is created in the home. So it's the bad mentality that these black single females are creating is the pathway to prison, not the schools. But again, this is blame shifting. You can't say it's single mothers because, see, it's hard to create a race angle off of single mothers. The only race angle that they could possibly come up with crying about single mothers is the welfare system, right? The Great Society, because the black family went to hell because of the Great Society, but this was done by Democrats though. So how are you going to blame the Democrats that black people often blame or vote for en masse, even though everything that blacks cry about in this country, the Democratic Party did? So they can't really do that. So they'll just say it's just white man in general. Also, it was black people who took the welfare. Nobody put a gun to no black female's head, forcing her to choose the government and welfare over the black man. And that is exactly what happened. This is where the downfall of the black community was, because of black women choosing welfare in the late 60s over the black man. And this is when we started to see the single parent household grow up. We started to see women having multiple babies by multiple different Pookies and Ray Rays, in which you have I think Kevin Samuel says all the time that 54% of black men are single and childless. So you can't blame this on a black man. This is the black women and their bad choices in men. But you leave them to their own devices when they're able to depend upon the government other than the black man. Anyway, if you ever hear any idiot says that school is a pipeline to prison, well, now you know, and it's half the battle. And it's always, y'all, until next time.